We are here at Fyuz 22 and I'm speaking to Vivek Tiwary, who is the Global Head of Delivery for Network Services. So Vivek, tell us about what is your company looking for?
So we have been a long timer, member of TIP ecosystem. I have been panelist in the past TIP summits, and this event I'm part of two panels. In addition to that, we have booth. You can visit that. So we have a booth with our partner where we are demonstrating the RAN intelligent controller and automation orchestration, including CI/CD. So dual purpose. More than that, I met around 50 people in the last 2 days and some more to meet. So it's more about human networking and spreading the message or vision that we have about the ecosystem. So my vision is to be spread across, meeting many people.
I wanted to check with you. I know Tech Mahindra is very involved in a lot of different tip groups, but from your point of view, which tip groups are you really involved in?
So my team is involved all across the tip groups. Every individual is assigned which group they are. I, in my capacity, am a member of couple of them. But when I come here as a speaker or when we talk to the tip leadership, I cover all of them. The latest one being, the metaverse that was launched recently. So Network for Metaverse is the group where we are, trying to focus because that's the future. And ORAN is one of the enabler of them. So that's where we are.
If I ask in general about Open RAN and diversification and disaggregation, how do you think it's going to affect the industry in the long term? And how is your company driving that change?
So I'll give you a general example. If you are constructing your house, you are using mortar, cement, concrete, many things. And if one of them is not available, you are stuck, you are waiting for something else or that problem to be fixed. Similar thing happens in a network. If you're using a particular software or hardware or automation or anything, and it is not performing the way you expected, you are stuck, you are locked in. But in an open ecosystem, it gives you all flexibility in the market. It is like going and buying sand for your house. Right. In order to achieve that, you have to ensure that every component works with every other component in the network ecosystem. Now let's count the components. So let's say 15 network functions, add some more automation, OSS, let's take 30 components, hardware, etc. And there, let's assume 20 vendors are there. That means 30 plus 20, 50 variables are there. Now, if you want everything to be swappable, swap out and swap in at any point of time, or just replace and see how the performance is getting impacted, you have to ensure that there is an interop. There has to be a single entity that brings all the ecosystem partners to a single ground, single stage. And that role is expected out of system integrator. So we work with all these industry partners for all the components of 5G, including ORAN, hardware, chip vendor. And we provide a platform where each one is our partner. Among them, they might be competing. Now, so they bring everything to our lab. We call it 5G Exchange. We perform the interop testing and all the learnings we share across, but what we protect is the intellectual property of each one and confidentiality of each one. It's a very responsible role that we play because we have to share the knowledge, protect the intellectual property, and that's the role a system integrator plays in an open ecosystem. And that is the only way to go forward. If you really want wider adoption of 5G among operators and enterprise, you have to reduce the cost of ownership, that is TCO.
Today is like the second day of Fyuz, right? So how has your experience been so far?
Pretty nice, well organized. Booths are having a wider spaces. People are able to meet each other. Here you see every booth has, people can talk. You do not have to stand in the queue. People come to serve you. It's fantastic. People concentrate on networking, talking to each other.
What's your favorite cuisine?
I was a panelist just now that was finished 2 hours back, and the panel theme, the topic is built in India for the world. I myself, I'm born in India, built in India, serving the world. I work in America, but my food habit remains the same, how I was born and how I was built. So I like Indian cuisine. Among Indian cuisine, you can think of anything that is simple as we call it khichdi. It's a mix of lentils, rice, some green vegetables. So my food habit is pretty simple and I'm happy with anything.
Thanks for your time and thanks for speaking to us. Cheers.